The Village of Dolton and Rain Ready started a steering committee to decide how the residents of Dolton who suffer from flooding can be best helped. Elizabeth Scott, the Chief of Staff for the Village of Dolton, worked hard to secure funds for the residents of Dolton who have severe flooding problems.
I've been here almost 3 years, and how the Rain Ready Steering Committee came about was I handle the complaints that come through the website, and I started looking and noticing that we get a lot of complaints whenever there was heavy rainfall. People saying that their homes were flooded, their basements were flooded. Some people were unable to walk outside of their door because they were inundated with so much storm water. And towards the end of 2015, I received a packet in the mail from some residents on the east side of Dolton, and they were telling me that they experienced so much flooding that the back of their homes, it looks like swamp area. And what really struck me was pictures of kids getting off of the school bus and having to get on paddle boards to go to their front door. And they said that no one had ever helped them. They had reached out to many administrations in the past, and no one had done anything. So I immediately went out, told the mayor about it, and he said, we have to do something. So I started inquiring, reached out to Cook County, found out through CNT and Cook County that there was actually an effort to put together steering committees throughout the south suburbs. So I reached out. We were able to form the first ever Rain Ready Steering Committee for flooding, to address flooding out here in Dolton. We sent out a questionnaire to residents in Dolton. We got some feedback, and from that we were able to put together mapping in areas that experience flooding. Sandra Wells from Neighborhood Housing Services actually notified me about a grant that was available that they were offering to provide relief to victims of flooding, and it was awarding approximately $25,000. We had nearly 20 recipients. It was more than any other municipality in the suburbs, and through that they were all able to get, I believe it was over $400,000 in grant money. One of the first recipients, or the first recipient in Dolton, was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Griffin. And they actually went into his home, fixed his basement, did the work that was necessary so that he would no longer have flooding issues.
I would get 2 feet of water every time it rained really hard, or you know, the storms or whatever, and it would just flood my basement and, I mean, destroy everything that I had down here. I mean, it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 times I have been throwing stuff out, and it just became a mess, and I was like, I had to find some kind of solution in order to maintain my house, you know, and with that, you know, I did have thought about moving because of the fact that I wasn't getting any help from anywhere, and found out about the program.
We were able to provide eligible homeowners with a one-time grant with up to $25,000 that would help with home improvements to prevent future flooding. So of those eligible homeowners, there were about 50 homeowners that applied, a little bit more, and out of those, 1 out of every 5 was a Dolton resident, and that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here and happy to see the successful completion of this wonderful project. What we try to do is to use our resources to complete communities by working with local partners and local residents to leverage the funds that we receive from HUD. So this was a very much sought-after program. There's been high demand for it countywide, but we're focusing on the towns in southern Cook County in particular, and a little bit in the western part of Cook County that were severely impacted by the spring of 2013 floods. You know, we're hoping that we can help additional homeowners as funding becomes available or funding comes back into the program. We're going to be reassessing that down the line, and we're just glad to see that this work is well underway and people are happy with it.
We started with the Rain Ready program. They came in and started actually educating some of the residents in regards to why the flooding happened. Then, of course, Cook County came in and NHS came in. And as a collaborative effort to get something done with some of these residents, we were actually appreciative of the effort. And Kevin Griffin was one of the awardees in regards to, getting his flooding taken care of. So we're here today to say that partnership works, and I'm glad not to get those type of calls from Mr. Griffin anymore. But at any rate, this is a success program, and that's what it's all about.
So my initial assessment with Mr. Griffin was to determine why he was getting floodwaters into his basement. With that assessment, I determined that he needed to have a backflow preventer to prevent water from coming into his basement. So that was our overall goal. What we did was we put in place the system that was there was kind of antiquated. It would allow water from the village to come right back into his home. And so based on what we talked about and how the assessment went, we decided to put a 2-valve backflow preventer in there that will prevent the water from coming back, but however, it will allow the waste to still be moved out of the property through an injection pump system. That system is in place now, and I believe that system will prevent any more flooding from his home. With the collaborative effort with other partners, we also did an assessment on the exterior where we regraded the soil on the exterior. We put in new concrete, new pavers. We also did some gutters so that the rainwater would be discharging away from the property. So I believe with all these flood measures, Mr. Griffin should have a dry basement and a peace of mind.
Okay, as you can see, it's February the 20th, 2018. The project got started back, I believe, in January or late December, where they were doing a whole lot of things. As you can see now, I have no water. I was getting 2 feet of water at one point, sometime 5 feet. Come all the way up to my stairs. But now, as you can see, since all the equipment been put in, I have no water in the area at all. If you listen closely, you can hear the pumps working. And it rained really, really hard last night, I believe all night long, and then on top of that, we had the snow as well. So all of that's done melted and the water is receding. But where I used to would have 2 feet or 3 feet or 4 feet, I have no water at all.
I'm very grateful that we were able to bring this program to Dolton. I hope that more residents come out, support this initiative, because it's really important. And hopefully we'll be able to alleviate, if not get rid of, but help to remedy some of the flooding issues that are going on in the community. And I just want to stress, this is not a quick fix. This is a long-term project, but with the help of the residents and their cooperation, hopefully we will be able to make a change with storm water, and other flooding in the community. So starting this April 4th, Wednesday at 5 p.m., every first Wednesday of the month, I will be holding Rain Ready Steering Committee meetings. I encourage anyone who's experiencing any type of flooding to come out. We need your input. And we can't do this without you. So please come out April 4th, Wednesday at 5 p.m.